Hey, so before we start this video, these two videos, I recorded them and they're just really short. So I figured I'd just combine them. They're very similar. So it's nice to, it's easy to combine them. I hope you enjoy it and have a good day. Hello, my name is Branden Bryce. Welcome to the Veggie Gardener. We're going to be talking about the family Chenopodiaceae today. We can split, there's three plants within the family Chenopodiaceae. It's the beets, the spinach, and the Swiss chard. Now, if you open a book, just for alphabetical order reasons, Swiss chard might be labeled as Swiss chard, or it might just be labeled as chard. So the big generals of these plants, of this family, the planting is broadcast seeding or direct sowing. The care and maintenance is that we're going to just come through and thin every once in a while. I usually do once every other week. And the seed to harvest is about 2 months. Just all of them are about 2 months. The big differences are going to be harvesting and hardiness. So let's get into the details a little bit more. All right, so I split them up into roots and leaves because the root, the beet, is going to be semi-hardy. So here's a little, legend over there. So the root is semi-hardy. The spacing is actually technically the same, 4 to 6 inches, but for the roots I usually go a little low, on the lower end. So for the beets, 4 inches I think works. Seed to harvest is about 2 months. And for harvesting our cold season crops in general, not just Chenopodiaceae, but our cold season crops in general, we can split the planting season up into 2 seasons, spring and fall. All right, so for the roots, spring planting, semi-hardies I like to plant around the frost. So late April to early May. Now remember, when we talked about on our calendar, we can stretch this out to probably even mid-April. And then for the fall, planting in August. However, so I have E early circled only because I would suggest try and aim for the earlier parts of August when you plant your beets. The reason for that is because it is a root, so you want it to develop a good size. All right, on to the leaves. So the leaves are hardy, 4 to 6 inch spacing, but I would lean towards that 6 inch spacing because the leaves like to flop out and take up room. The seed to harvest is the same, 2 months. The planting is just slightly different only because they're hardy. So plant in all of April and for the spring, and for the fall, we can plant in all of August. So the harvesting is a little different for the roots versus the leaves because the roots we want to allow them to develop a good size. The leaves, while we like big leaves, we can harvest leaves really anytime they're at a desirable size. So really this seed to harvest can be 1 to 2 months. When I'm planning my calendar or when I'm planning my garden, I always just, go with the 2 months just to give it that time. You don't want to be rushing things. So 2 months. But when we get to harvesting, I'll show you, we can just harvest really whenever. All right, anything else on my notes before I just, leave? My sources are the CSU Vegetable Planting Guide. And to introduce the next topic, we're actually going to take the family Chenopodiaceae and just add on to it because it's easy to do that. We're going to look at 2 families next time because really there's only 1 plant within each family that we want to look at. We're going to look at the families Compositae and Umbelliferae. In Compositae, we're going to have the lettuce, and in Umbelliferae, we're going to have the carrot. And those are easy to add on because, really we're going to have pretty much the same board up here. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good day. Hello, my name is Branden Bryce. Welcome to the Veggie Gardener. Today we're talking about the families Compositae and Umbelliferae. From Compositae, we're going to be looking at the lettuce plant. From Umbelliferae, we're going to be talking about the carrot plant. So the lettuce and carrot, really what we're going to be doing is we're going to just be wrapping them up together with the family Chenopodiaceae because they are so similar. If you remember from Chenopodiaceae, we had spinach, Swiss chard, and beets. This board is practically the same from that family. Now, just so you know, I hope it doesn't confuse you, I drew these pictures before I put these down, and so they're switched. So the root is on this side, the leaf is on this side, just so you don't get too confused here. All right, so the big generals, just to rehash, or the similarities we should say, the planting is going to be broadcast seeding and direct sowing. The care and maintenance is that we're going to be coming back through and thinning every about 2 weeks. The seed to harvest is going to be about 2 months. The big differences are going to be harvesting and the hardiness between the plants. So starting off with the roots, which is the carrot, it's going to be semi-hardy, just like the beet. The difference between the carrot and the beet is the carrot having a smaller diameter, we can space it a little less, so 2 to 3 inches. The seed to harvest is the same, 2 months. The planting, spring and fall, are going to be the same as the beets. Spring, late April to early May, somewhere around the frost. We can probably stretch this late April up down to mid-April, so we can probably even start in mid-April planting. When we start planting in the fall, we want to plant in August. I have this E means early. I have the E circled to just say that my recommendation is to try and plant in the earlier part of August. The reason for that is because when we're harvesting our roots, we want to have a good size root. Okay, going on to the leaves. The hardiness is hardy. The spacing is 4 to 6 inches, and we're going to lean on that 6 inches because of the leaves are going to be flopping out. Seed to harvest is 2 months. Planting in spring is April, planting in fall is August. And there you go. Pretty much the same thing as Chenopodiaceae. So, yep. Yeah. All right. Other notes. Sources, again, the CSU Extension Vegetable Planting Guide. So introducing the next topic, we're going to talk about Brassica. Now Brassica is an interesting family. I like to split Brassica up into 2 groups because all the small plants within Brassica I usually plant in spring, and all the larger plants I usually plant in fall. And then, yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day, guys.